Hello and welcome to Echoes of Elgin, timeless tales from the Elgin History Museum. I'm Rebecca Miller, museum educator at the Elgin History Museum, and your guide through Elgin's storied past. In each episode, we bring you captivating tales from our city's rich history, exploring the events, people, and places that have made Elgin what it is today. Whether you're a longtime resident, a history enthusiast, or just curious about local lore, this podcast is for you. Our echo today reaches us from July 17th, 2003, when Elgin High School economics teacher E.C. Mike Alft tells us how a neighborhood's fondness for old homes helped found the Gifford Park Association. Concerned about the physical deterioration and overcrowding in their neighborhood, a group of homeowners met on the porch of 71 Park Row, the home of Chuck and Audrey Behrens, and formed the Gifford Park Association. Since its inception in 1979, the Near East Side area of Elgin has been transformed into one of the city's more attractive places to live, especially if you appreciate older homes. An initial source of funds was the association's joint publication with the Elgin Area Historical Society in 1980 of a walking tour booklet describing the architectural and historical significance of the area, bounded roughly by Park, Liberty, Villa, and Center Streets. The first GPA project was the creation of the Elgin Historic District by action of the City Council in 1981. 2 years later, the Historic District was recognized on the National Register of Historic Places. The idea for the Gifford Park Association's Historic Elgin House Tour arose when members noticed people walking through the neighborhood, tour booklet in hand. Only 5 homes were on the first tour in 1982, and startup costs were financed by a member's credit card. The early walks attracted only 300 to 500 visitors, but they became so popular that the event was scheduled over 2 days beginning in 1998. They now draw 2,000 or more, many of them from out of town, and provide the nonprofit organization's chief source of funds. From site selection and homeowner orientation to cleanup, the house walk is a formidable challenge for volunteers. The work includes preparation and publication of the tour booklet, publicity, ticket sales, recruiting and briefing house captains and docents, and arranging for an after-walk celebration for all those who help make the days memorable. Revenue from the house walks have financed contributions towards converting Elgin Academy's Old Main into a historical museum, the preservation of the Watch Factory Railroad Depot, the purchase, rehabilitation, and sale of neglected properties within the district, and the building of the Gifford Park Gazebo, completed in 1990. A unique way of raising money arrived in 1984, when the association won a first prize of $1,000 awarded by the Old House Journal. They sold the most subscriptions in a nationwide contest. It was the indication of local interest in the historic preservation movement. 2 more first prizes were garnered in succeeding years. Members have appeared before the City Council lobbying for more effective zoning and building code enforcement, apartment rental licensing, lower density, and more strict parking regulations. The association was influential in the formation of the Neighborhood Housing Services in 1982 and the Elgin Heritage Commission in 1984 and the enactment of the Preservation Ordinance in 1988. The GPA applied for a grant from the Federal Transportation Program that allowed for some funds for preservation projects. With the $1 million allotted, 80% from the grant and 20% from the city, nearly 300 historic streetlights were installed in 1996. A neighborhood improvement grant from the city made possible the purchase of 70 distinctive street signs. Students from Channing School who receive Halloween pumpkins each year from the association helped to assemble them, and they were installed by volunteers in 1998. Members of the association abhor what they call the remodeling of a fine old home. This year was the 15th Great Unveiling, a project that began in 1997. Armed with crowbars, hammers, and ladders, volunteers removed the added siding, mainly aluminum and plastic, to uncover the original architectural features of the house. The homeowner is given a $1,000 grant to start the restoration process. Older areas, like older homes, are fragile and require constant care and continued interest in the preservation amongst the residents. Dedicated leadership, careful planning, and hundreds of volunteer hours are responsible for the vitality of the Gifford Park Association. Nights in the Park, the publication of a quarterly newsletter, potluck suppers, salvage auctions, the exchange of rehabbing know-how, porch fests, and cooperation with realtors and a home referral service have been among the means of uniting the membership. The association has lived up to its motto, progress through preservation. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Elgin's history. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing to our podcast and leaving a review wherever you listen. For more fascinating stories and updates, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit our website at www.elginhistory.org. Thank you for listening, and remember, history lives on in the echoes of Elgin.